Gligga.
Sounds magical.
So mastaka.
Sounds like a bunch of nonsense syllables like every D&D name, but that is okay.
So it sounds magical.
So it's mastaka.
Yeah, Mr. God. That actually sounds pretty cool.
If that's
I'm good with that.
I don't think I'm on first name base with him.
No. But I'm actually quite pleased with that construction. Johan, we had a very interesting time last week. We began the session with these key phrases. 10 days earlier, our two friends. In other words, we established that these two already knew each other.
Okay.
And we also had events that cast at least some light on the events that we played.
And I still have no idea.
Not much, no.
No.
But you do. And so the justification for why the fellow you had your evening with being so concerned about enchanters and dangers and so forth was justified. The killings of enchanters by evidently torn apart by dogs.
Yeah, I would have
the origin of the dogs, which they got to watch almost.
I would have made that would make my movement there more logical. It works.
And also, it makes your situation much more logical in terms of, oh no, something's going on. What about Rena?
Yeah.
Right, instead of just wandering down there because you're a player character.
I mean, we established that I live like.
Yeah, and we also established they live near each other. You know,
Yeah.
so, and so it was. It's kind of nice. It was a very, artfully speaking, finishing or stopping in the middle of that particular action and saying, you're all like this. 10 days earlier. So it's maybe it was a forced bit of artiness, but
it worked.
It was very beautiful.
Yeah.
So that's where we are. So nothing has happened since. But quite a bit now is known beforehand, and should you care to ask, your character is busy at the moment. Yes.
And my character is ignorant of all this. So.
Yes. Which will only make sense. You just got here.
Right. Exactly. So just as well that I don't know.
So where is everybody?
Yes. Let's take a look here.
Should we have indicators of what we are? Like our locations?
I see. I think we can just keep pointing.
Okay,
pretty well. If we get a little too confused, like which dog or whatever, then we will. I wasn't really going to use it as a too formal battle map. But to make life simple, I did say that your that Master Gau's somewhat shady looking, counter with its little awning over it and a door that goes fairly shallow, back into a fairly shallow recess, is actually up against the cliff. A great deal of trench is built into or on the ledge of different cliff layers. So therefore, it's one of those. And and so what that means is that this and going back flat ends. So that road doesn't go anywhere.
Okay.
So basically from the curving here along there, and then basically just cutting straight across. So we basically sort of cut out that corner.
Yeah.
That's all cliff face.
Yeah, and those houses are kind of built in.
Yeah, and those are built in too in that one. So it seems to me as though this is the door, and this is the place with the pull down wooden shutters, which or open or close in some way, and with a flat wooden shelf and that's where people come up and talk,
Mhm.
and where you interact with them.
Mhm.
And he hangs out back here, of course,
Okay.
Mhm.
most of the time. And so, as for the rest, I also think that these will go off. That it goes off the map into space, much like what we see here.
Mm.
But this is a drop off.
Mm.
Okay.
So it may not be the drop off down into the sea, because that would be better real estate.
Yeah.
So it's not up at the end. Like, remember the cafe you were in was up against there, so you could enjoy the ocean. This is in nowhere quite as scenic. So
further in, more
further
so,
in, yeah.
Well,
if we take a look here, you get the idea.
Yeah.
So I actually think it would be over on the crappy side. Right, it would be over there and more against the cliff.
Yeah.
Okay.
So maybe even that,
Yeah, okay.
without being. Well, no, I was thinking that's an idea, but that's really far out. Let me take a look.
So I'm assuming there are bridges over the trench.
Yeah, I'm beginning to feel differently. This looks a little more like it's more of a outpost, watchtower kind of more defensive thing, whereas here, I just think we're back here in the recesses.
Yeah.
I think it's back in that zone. And remember that these are not this map. We're interpreting it that any given building is more like a block with several buildings.
Yeah.
So it's not just like there's just those buildings.
Okay.
So yeah, back in there.
Okay.
All right.
So there isn't a drop off. I take it back. It makes more sense for there not to be a drop off.
Okay.
So this would just continue into more town. Okay.
I'm assuming, like, orientation wise, this was towards the cliff.
Yes.
This is towards the ocean.
No, the other way around.
No, okay, the other way around.
Exactly. Remember, this is the.
Oh yeah, right.
That's the cliff wall.
Mixed it up with that building.
Yeah. Let's
Yep.
Eventually, and more town.
Yeah.
More town. Yeah.
All right.
Science.
There we go.
So to clarify a little bit, I think that Polik, who is doing his very best to protect Master God, and is organizing his guards, of which there are not that many, but organizing them to pull him here and to get as defensive as possible. He's actually kind of hoping that the cliff wall will. He doesn't want to get surrounded by the dogs. He doesn't want the dogs to flank him. So he's in here organizing that, and that has kept him busy for that whole round. Which, as you might imagine, he has an old man and guards and panicking, situations. So he's busy. In the meantime, you had stepped forward to shoot. So the dog that is currently has been hit twice is here, has a rat on it, and then
Me.
and then you have not actually entered into any.
No, I just exited my home.
Right, you just exited your home, and let's sort of clarify that a little bit.
The one thing that was known is that I could see the shop from my door.
And so I'm thinking that it's this one right here.
Okay.
So you live perhaps in an upper area. Of that. Yeah, I'm just trying to think about which one looks kind of nicer, if possible.
Like it could just be outside the map.
No, I think that the entrance would be here.
All right.
So because when you came out, you're looking right there.
Perfect.
So that's where we all are. You're standing there at a short range pistol shot.
Yeah.
We've got, and then the other dog. Let's see now. Its target is now over here. It actually has gone into these stalls and things and is bowling its way through, making a mess of things, going through here.
Okay.
They aren't that bright, but it's basically taking what is the path of least resistance to its target, considering that this barrier shoots bullets. So, as I say, they aren't incredibly bright, and I did the right thing last time by not giving it a defense roll, because they don't dodge.
Okay.
They're undead. They don't bother dodging or parrying or anything. They just eat it. So I think that's that.
Okay.
And I have looked up lots of things.
All right.
Okay.
So that's good.
And
For better or worse.
and you have been looking about, right? We will backtrack just a bit for a look about check.
From me.
Yes.
That'd be
that actually I think would be a straightforward awareness. It's not called awareness. Hold on. Awareness is a huge ability in the game that I play it for. So I will repeatedly say awareness when I mean something else.
Fair enough.
Here, I believe that it would be cognition for the most generic form. Yeah. So, I mean, if it had to do with social stuff, it might be empathy.
Yeah, right now I'm just
you're physically
surveilling the area.
Right. And so I am going to be, and I also want to check on something here. I've done a lot of research for tonight, so I'm in much better.
Would I recognize the smell of the dogs?
As a matter of, well, you're not quite there yet, though.
Okay, yeah, fair enough.
And the answer, and if you phrase it that way, would you? The answer is absolutely yes.
Yes.
And also to retroactively justify a thing or two, your attack makes a little more sense because you would know that it was coming after your master. You would have a pretty good idea. So diving into the fray like that is not quite as reckless. Well, it is reckless, but not quite as unjust as random.
It has its reasons.
Yeah. Okay, and so I just want to check about this casting thing.
Casting?
Let me quickly check on, where did he go? There he is. With a rather nice, with a roll of a 10. Okay.
Wait,
so,
oh yeah, that is a 10. Right, 0 is
and
not 0.
And mana. How much mana does a person have?
Oh no.
See, I decided to get a little more magical. Well, I knew there was magic because of what I had set up, but I didn't have it calculated.
I was possessed last time. I'm gonna get a curse this time.
Yeah, we had spirit magic last time. It was great.
Oh really?
She just wanted to go back in her tomb. Of all the possessed things to happen to you,
it could have been worse. I could have been brain dead.
Yeah, that's true too. Now we're going to roll stealth.
Wait,
stealth.
No, you're going to roll your cognition.
Oh, okay.
I'm going to roll stealth. This is all retcon because it's at the end of the round for you.
Yeah.
Okay. So go ahead and roll your cognition.
Cognition. That is a 20.
And I got a 21.
Ooh.
So which is terrible. What you do? Subtract 21 from your cognition.
20. No, should I subtract 21? So it's roll. Yeah, that would be.
Wait. No. I'm totally wrong. Give me a moment.
Okay.
What's your cognition?
8.
Subtracting 20 gives us minus 12.
Yes.
Just keep that in mind. Now I have to do math.
Negative 12.
Yeah, you just. Now I reboot and I say 21 from 12. Oh, okay. Yeah,
Yes.
they're gonna do better. Yeah, they do better than you.
Yeah.
Okay, so at the moment you have not seen the suspicious-y person.
Okay.
All right. We're done with the first round.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Proper sequencing now begins.
Okay.
Mm-hmm.
Second round. Who's got the highest number?
Oh, I have
Second round sequence.
53.
Second round
53.
53, 54,
54.
53.
53. Okay. Rena goes first. Where did my dogs go? There they are. And
What do I do?
You are currently attached to a dog's leg with your teeth.
yes.
Yeah.
Oh, and Helma and I were talking about this, considering the amount of damage that they did, because your shot grazed a torso and dug a trench in its side, but you didn't. That's you. But you didn't, blow a hole in it the way one would like to. On the other hand, I thought of something gross. What's the ickiest way for like a not very realistic rat to do damage? Basically just burrow into it. So now your head comes back up out of the dog, covered with gore, like pop. But the point is that the leg is just barely hanging on.
Yeah.
That's an important point.
Bone cut off.
Yeah. You're like, no, just enough bone so that it can still operate as a joint. So the leg still works, but barely. So, and if your skilled eye can tell, the only way to stop this thing is to blow it apart. I mean, this thing has to basically be, either the torso is blown apart or the limbs are cut off or something.
It's a zombie shooting in the head. May work.
Are you sure?
No.
That's right. Go with Rena, who is up first.
Yes.
Pop, spatter.
Do some damage.
Well, that or get off the thing. I will say you got its hind leg. And
keep gnawing through the body.
If
You could
it turns its head, it's probably going to get me.
It can reach you, is the problem.
Oh, yeah.
If it does,
I'm done.
well, if it goes after you, which I'm beginning to wonder just how cognitive these things are, but I might give it a roll.
Yeah.
But not that it's. You see, they're so dumb, they only have one skill.
Oh.
And so that's why they don't dodge. They just don't have the capacity.
Oh wait, they don't have the dodge skill.
Right. They just don't have anything except what they have the stats for. And these are not super duper undead compared to men. So that's the point. I mean, you can tell these things are not really all there. They're a little better than automata, but not much. So you've got a bit of a choice to make.
This one, I mean, this one definitely is going to be slowed down. And
Yeah,
it's
that's true,
farther
too.
away from its target. Or what I fear is its target. So I should definitely leave it to its own devices. The question is, do I run and hide or do I run after the other one?